Hi, my name is Mark Olives, and today I'd like to tell you why it's a good idea as a diabetic to combine your carbohydrates with other foods such as proteins and fats when you eat them. Now, there's nothing wrong with eating carbohydrates as a diabetic as long as you don't eat too many of them. 40 to 50 grams at a time, or roughly the amount of carbohydrate the size of your fist, is about what you want to eat at one given serving. And if you don't combine it, it's not the end of the world. But if you do combine it with a protein or a fat, it can help to regulate your blood sugars much better. And the reason for this is because when you eat carbohydrates, carbohydrate digestion is extremely efficient. And that's why the majority of our diets as humans should be from carbohydrate. We've got one enzyme in our mouth called amylase, and all it does is break down carbohydrates. That alone is pretty good evidence that carbohydrates should be our main fuel because that's the only thing that starts breaking down in our mouth. So because carbohydrate digestion begins here, it's already partially digested time it hits your stomach. Once it hits your stomach, breaks down lickety-split, right on into the intestines, gets absorbed into the bloodstream, and off it goes. In a diabetic's case, however, if I get too much too fast as far as carbohydrates or sugar into the bloodstream, my blood sugars can elevate, and that can be a problem. There's another video I've done on the dangers of that, so I won't go into that right now. But what can help to slow this process is when you eat other foods along with it. One other thing I'd like to point out, though, real quick, is the glycemic index, which you may have heard of as a diabetic. The glycemic index is an index of foods and showing how quickly and how the body responds to a certain food as far as raising the blood sugar very rapidly. So some foods, like say bananas, potatoes, those foods are very high on the glycemic index, and they would appear to be bad for diabetics. From a standpoint that if I eat this by itself, yes, that's true, it will have a rapid rise in blood sugar. But the glycemic index is completely ruled null and void when I add other foods together with it, even if they were other carbohydrates, but especially when I add a protein or a fat. Why does this impact the glycemic index? It's because of this. Carbohydrates, or proteins and fats, are very difficult to digest. So it hits into your stomach closes down and says, whoa, I got some work to do on you guys. So nobody's getting through. Carbohydrate might be down here saying, hey, let me out, I'm ready to go, I'm already digested. Stomach says, no, if I let you out, then these other guys are getting out, and that's not going to happen. So it slows the whole process down. So as these proteins and fats digest, well, then slowly things are allowed to go out, and this helps keep the blood sugar spike looking more like this instead of carbohydrate by itself, which might look more peaked. So when you look at it this way, when you can combine your carbohydrates with those other things, it will help to slow the release of blood sugar into your system. That helps make sure the blood is not thick and viscous, and that helps to make sure that you stay healthier and happier. So I hope this helps you out. Thanks.